hot bunny. This neighborhood is so noisy. So I haven't done a video since day 3 because I have been super busy spending all my free time writing. So here's a super quick update. Day 3, 15,000 words. Day 4, 20,000 words. Day 5, the halfway point. Day 6, I went to an anime convention and I got to 27,000 words that day. Day 7, second day of the anime convention, I got 30,000 words. Day 8, 35,000 words. Day 9, 38,000 words. Day 10, 45,000 words. And yesterday, day 11, 50,000 words. Sorry about all the airplane noises, but I live right next door to an Air Force base. What can you do? So, never in my life did I think it would ever be possible for me, Andrea, to write 50,000 words in 11 days. Like, how does that even happen? I kept checking my word count. Is it real? Did I really actually get to 50,000 words? I still don't believe it. But it's true. And if I can do it, I think anyone can do it. And here's what I've figured out as to how I possibly managed it. At first I thought it was because I decided to do some outlining and planning this year, which is something I don't normally do. But there have been years where I've done extensive outlining and I barely got anything written. So I think that the outline helped, but more importantly, what helped me to write 50,000 words this quickly and basically write 5,000 words a day was my attitude. And what I mean by that is, when I was planning in October, I also made a conscious effort to work on my thought process and my self-esteem, kind of. I have been dealing with a lot of depression and anxiety, feeling like I can't really do much, and I decided to focus on more positive thoughts. I've heard a lot of you are what you think, like your thoughts have a lot of power, and I used to think, oh, whatever, like, which was part of the problem because my thoughts were telling me that that wasn't true. It's ironic, right? Anyway, I kept having thoughts in my head like, well, if I reach 50,000 words this year, if I can write every day, and then I caught myself and told myself, no, I will reach 50,000 words this year. I will write every day. I will be able to do it. And of course, at first, it, didn't really stick. I had to constantly be telling myself this. And it did take some time. And even when I went into November, I still didn't really believe it, but I kept telling myself, and as I was able to write, as the words started coming, I told myself even more, you can do this, just keep going, don't freak out, don't panic, you can totally do this. Another thing I did was fill my mind with lots of positive, encouraging things. I would watch encouraging YouTube videos. I would read encouraging pep talks. I looked for a lot of things on social media of people saying, I don't know, giving out that positive feedback saying that you can do this, and I tweeted tons of stuff on my Nanowrimo Twitter page just so that I could go back to it if I started to doubt myself again, and it has really helped. There are a lot of people who give advice during Nanowrimo that really works for them, but it doesn't work for everyone else. For some people, it may be discouraging. For other people, it may be exactly what they need. And for me, in order to get the words down, I needed to hear things like, quality doesn't matter in Nanowrimo. You're writing a rough draft. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to show it to anyone. After November, you can go back and you can change things. You don't have to show instead of tell during Nanowrimo. When you're writing your rough draft, you can just get the bare bones of the story down, and then in December, go back and add your showing words. Because for me, when I'm trying to sit there and write these like amazing words, trying to make my story more descriptive, to show it, things like that, I get discouraged. I don't write as much. I spend a lot more time staring at the screen than I do actually writing. So I was putting way too much pressure on myself to do all these things that other people were saying that I should do to make a perfect novel, which I'm not saying those things aren't important. They are absolutely important things to do, just not so important in your rough draft. A lot of the advice that's given can be gone back to after November and used for helping you polish your novel. Like after November, you can go back and you can decide what needs to be cut out of your novel, what needs to be added. You can outline more. You can make things work better after November. When people say that November is just for getting your story down, that's true. And for me, that's what helped me to really realize that. Maybe for other people, it would not exactly work for them. Maybe they need to write differently than that. I don't know. But for me, just making myself believe that getting the words down is what is most important really helped me to actually be able to get words down. In October, as part of my NaNoWriMo prep, I looked back on all the NaNoWriMos that I did not do well at, that I did not reach 50,000 words, that I was not meeting any of my goals, and I analyzed why that was. And basically, it all went down to my attitude, my thought process, putting way too much pressure on myself. Whenever I do things, I have my own craft business, and whenever I make things, I want them to be perfect. And if they're not perfect, I feel like I'm wasting my time. And if I feel like I'm wasting my time, I'm not going to do something. So when I was writing my novel and it wasn't perfect, I felt like I was wasting my time. I should be doing other things that I could be a lot better at. And I feel like that's not the best attitude to have with writing, or with a lot of things. There may be things that you're really, really good at that you can do really well the first time, but then other things it takes a lot more effort, and even the best writers have to get that rough draft down first so that they can discover their story, so that they can make it better. And I was putting too much pressure on myself to write a story that was like the ones you see in the store that are perfect, that are polished, that probably took years and years, or however long to get it that way. So my advice is to stop putting so much pressure on yourself. This is really supposed to be a fun event, and even if you don't reach 50,000 words, that's okay. As long as you're writing and you're pushing through and you're doing the best you can, don't put so much pressure on yourself to be perfect. Don't put so much pressure on yourself to be able to write a rough draft that sounds like a final draft, because it's not going to happen for anyone. It is only day 12. There are plenty more days to go. If you're behind, don't get discouraged. Keep going. Keep writing as much as possible. Another thing that really helped me was, before, I thought that I should sit down and just write out the words I wanted all in one sitting, and that really doesn't work for me. Maybe it works for other people, but I realized that it doesn't work for me. I would sit down and spend maybe an hour writing, and I got to the point where I could consistently write 2,000 words in an hour, which is another thing I never thought that I could actually do. But I did, and I was able to split that up. throughout the day. Maybe you don't have an hour to spend writing. Maybe you have to split up your day into 5, 10, 20-minute increments of writing, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be all in one sitting. So hopefully my bit of rambling there helped you. It really helped me to really look at why I wasn't meeting my goals for my writing and to be able to fix those. And hopefully that some of the things I learned about myself could help you as well. And remember to have fun writing. Don't give up. It's not over. Even if you have to continue writing your story into December, it's okay. So please keep going. You totally got this. But it doesn't matter what I say or what anybody else says to you. You have to be the one who believes that you actually can do this. And once you start believing in yourself, I promise you, you will be able to do things that you never thought you could ever do. So even though I have reached 50,000 words now, I still am like basically not even halfway through my story. So my goal is still to write every single day in November, and hopefully I'll be able to actually get to the end of my story this year. So I am going to get back to writing, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. And don't forget to thank your MLs, your municipal liaisons. They're the ones who put together all of the local activities, who can encourage you throughout the month, and they're really awesome, and I know my MLs are amazing. So thank you so much to all the MLs out there. You guys are awesome. Bye guys!